talk about some of the challenges that you had to face when you decided to move forward or to go all in with ByteSight.
Oh my goodness, it was so hard. I mean, so funnily enough, not many people know this, so this is, you might be one of the first people to put this in a podcast, but what we actually started with ByteSight was not food delivery. The original idea was video-based QR code menus. So, I'm sure almost everyone watching this has seen a QR code menu.
Yeah, right.
Go to the restaurant, you scan the QR code, and in many cases, you get like a PDF. It's just like a little document. You're kind of pinching and zooming to read the text. Not a great experience. And so what we decided that we were going to do, the first idea was that we're going to do a video-based version of this. We knew restaurants were uploading all of these videos of their dishes to Instagram and TikTok, and we were basically going to make it so that whenever you scan the QR code menu, you can see what the dish is and all the dish details and descriptions, but you can also see a video of it. And so, in those days, we were literally going door to door to sell ByteSight to these restaurants. And what's so funny is that it wasn't working. It wasn't working in the sense that, for the first however many dozens, if not hundreds of doors that I knocked on, I got no's. I mean, literally, I cannot tell you how many restaurant owners or people told me some variation of no. It was everything from you're the 10th person to try to sell me today, get out. Or someone who was clearly the manager looking me in the eyes and being like, yeah, sorry, manager's not in. All kinds of things. But, we just kept knocking and we kept going door to door to door until one day we got one person to sign up.
Wow.
And then one day after that, we got another person to sign up. And we got another person to sign up. And so before you know it, we had all these people who were signing up for ByteSight and paying for our software and using it in their restaurant. And so it was just truly a testament of you really got to get to the 101st store. Wow. Because if you give up at the 100th, right, that's it.
So let me let me ask you, from the moment that you decided to go all in, knocking on these doors, what would you estimate from the very first no to the time someone actually says yes, how much time had passed?
Oh man, I would probably say a good month or two before we got our first. Yeah, because it was.
Did you ever think about giving it up at any point, or were you just
100%, 110%? It was so funny because, at one point in time, our original idea, the very first thing that me and my co-founder ever wanted to build together, was this QR code menu idea. And it was going so poorly that at one point we were like, this isn't going to work. We got to scrap it all together, right? We literally had to scrap it all together. And so we started just building random things. We were building software for, roofers in Hawaii. Literally any random combination of words that you could think of, we were trying to see if there was something that we could do there, just because we wanted to figure out who had a problem and we would solve it. Whether or not it would turn into a large business or not, we didn't know. But we knew that if we just started with one problem for one person, we'd eventually start making some progress somewhere. And so, there was a brief moment where, we said, hey, this is done. It's not going to work. And what was funny is that we had basically kind of given up on the idea, started focusing on some other random ideas that we had kind of scribbled out. And one day, my co-founder, Zach, who's not even the salesperson, he's the CTO. And so he spends all this time, writing the code and building the app. He's sitting at the bar of a restaurant in downtown New York, and he's just chatting up, one of the bartenders there about, life and things like that. And he was like, oh, and yeah, by the way, I actually built this thing for restaurants that whenever people scan a QR code, it shows the video. Well, that bartender also happened to be the general manager of the restaurant.
Wow.
And so without him having any idea, he had sold our very first person to ever use ByteSight. And so literally from that moment on,
the CTO did this. The CTO did this.
The CTO, he's the one who actually made that first sale just by talking about the product randomly when we weren't even working on it. And so that became our very first pilot. It was a place called Takumi Taco in Chelsea Market. And I'll never forget that for the rest of my days. And they were the people who took that very first chance on ByteSight.
Wow. Okay. So you get that first sale. And so at this time, you've already made the decision not to go with the video QR code, right?
No,
Or
this is when we were doing the video QR codes. And so this was basically him selling the video QR codes. And
okay.
so we get our first, customer, this Takumi taco place. And, they take the bet on us and things start working. And so we get a
Oh,
few
I
more
see.
restaurants
Okay.
to try it. We're in a few places. Things are starting to build momentum. The way that we actually ended up doing QR codes, or the way we ended up doing food delivery
Food video.
actually
Yeah.
happened like 2 months down the line.
Mm.
And so, I can definitely share that story if you want, but
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah, basically, the kind of funny story here is that, at this point, we had now both gone full time on ByteSight for QR code menus.
Right.
And we were trying to figure out, okay, obviously, we need to scale this thing, we need to sell into more restaurants, but also we need to raise some money because, at this point, Zach doesn't have any money because he had just graduated from grad school. I had a little bit of money, but New York is expensive, and so I
Yeah.
only knew I knew it was only going to last so much longer.
Right.
And also, we wanted to be able to invest and kind of speed things up, and so we were like, we need to raise money. And so, what do? We apply to Y Combinator, the accelerator program that we were talking about earlier. And it was in kind of that period when we're applying to YC and we're pitching them, where they're basically like, look, we walked them through this entire pitch where we're like, we're building this QR code menu solution and restaurants are loving it. And they're loving it because when people see videos of that tall margarita and the massive cheesecake and the appetizers, they get all of those things. And so now restaurants are selling more food than they would have before because of the power of video. And so, we're making this entire pitch. We're super excited about it. At this time, Zach and I, my co-founder, like, this is the greatest idea ever. Like, we're about to be billionaires building this QR code menu software. And we do this pitch, and we basically get a call back later that night. And our partner, I remember this so vividly, was like, I really like, you and Zach. He's talking to us. It's like, I really like the two of you guys. However, I hate this idea. I hate it. And we're deflated. We're defeated.
Right. I was about to say, how did you feel about that? What?
I mean, you got to remember, like, it was such crazy times. Like, I quit my job at this point, now 2 or 3 months prior. I had, just my savings, but I just signed this new expensive lease in New York because I hadn't planned to, quit my job when I signed it. And so I'm on the hook for 12 months of rent. I hadn't told my parents I had quit my job yet either because I was like, I got to figure it out a little bit more, before I let them know, that I quit my job and that, whatever. Because, you know how moms are. They're very
Yeah, I
protective.
do.
I could not have my mom, there panicking that her son would be, a homeless vagrant in New York. And so I kept it mum. And so at this point in time, we were like, it felt like we were inches away from raising money from this world-class investor and being able to kind of take our company to the next level. And he was like, the only thing stopping you is the fact that I hate this idea. And so now we're like, oh my gosh, like, what do we do? And so we're on the phone and we're talking to this guy. We end up talking to him for like 30, 45 minutes. And basically where we land is he's like, look, Lucius, you are a restaurant tech investor. You know that the very largest a QR code menu company can get is XYZ. And that XYZ that's as large as it gets is not really enough to build this like world-class generational company. And we're in the business of investing in world-class generational companies. And so what are you going to do? And so that's when I, start fumbling over my words, trying to do whatever I can to, salvage the moment. And at one point, I'm like, and you know what we'll do? Once we get all these restaurants paying for our software, and using our QR code menus in their restaurant, the way that we become a billion-dollar company is that we then stitch all of those little storefronts that we've built together, those menus, and turn it into a food delivery app. Because look at Uber Eats, look at DoorDash. They're food delivery apps, and they're worth $100 billion. And
Okay.
so once we do this, we'll do that.
Is
And
this something you came up with on the fly, or is this kind of like, what's that?
on the spot.
On the
Literally on the spot.
Wow.
And so
Incredible.
on the spot, it's crazy. And so on the spot, I'm coming up with this. And I remember this so clearly. He was like, my thought, and the thing that he was like, I've always thought this, but it's like, if you're gonna swing, you might as well swing for the fences. And so in saying that, what he was telling us is he was like, if that's how you think you build $100 billion company, then you might as well start today and just start doing it. Don't wait until you go door to door and knock on 10,000 doors to then do the thing that is actually going to get you to the big leagues. Like, just
Right.
start there. And so it was basically in that moment that we said, okay, no more QR code menus. We're going to do food delivery.
Food delivery. Oh my
And
goodness.
that's kind of the moment that everything switched, and we went from building this kind of knock on door, method to all of a sudden building this food delivery app that, just a year plus later became the #2 food and beverage app in the App Store.
That's crazy.